Now that you've seen on page 23 the needs model, you can use this as a reference to do your learning assignment this week. And if you look very closely at page 23, there's a lot of hints and clues that will help you in your learning assignment this week. This week's learning assignment is on page 21 and 22. And it's called Building Skill, Motivation, and Confidence. These are three things that you need to know and need to develop to get yourself from being a D1 at development level 1 to a master at D4 development level 4. If you look at the page and you go to the first stage, your first stage here with an empty face and empty lines inside the box is for development level 1. And you'll go from D1, D2 on page 21, D3 and D4 on pages 22 as you move through this learning assignment. Now, the faces that you see on there, the empty faces, are from an earlier assignment back in Module 2 on page 9. If you turn back there, you should have your page filled out with a drawing of a time that you went through the development continuum. You can use those faces on page 9 for your faces here in this week's learning assignment on pages 21 and 22, or you can draw new faces here. So what you're going to do is begin here at the top. Most of the time when you try something new, you're in the first stage of development, D1, the enthusiastic beginner. You're going to draw what the enthusiastic beginner looks like, either from page 9 or from a new task or skill that you're learning now. You're going to go inside the box and you're going to look at a couple of different factors. You're going to look at your competence, which means your skills. Can I do this? And you're going to look at your motivation and confidence. Let's think about competence and skills. If I've got a new task, I'm going to learn how to do the Rubik's Cube, right? Okay, if I'm going to do that new task, do I have skills at doing it? Most likely, if it's the first time I've ever done it, I really don't have skills at doing it. And even using the Rubik's Cube example is, if I have transferable skills, maybe I've done a foursquare, or I've done something similar, or I've done the Rubik's Cube, but I'm learning a new formula for the Rubik's Cube or a shortcut. That is a skill that I don't have, and I need to develop it. So my skill is going to be low. I'm going to write my competence is low on this task at D1. I'll move down to motivation and confidence. Now, I'm excited about doing the Rubik's Cube. I want to learn it. I want to be good at it like the rest of the guys in class and gals on the Rubik's Cube team. So I'm highly motivated to do this, so my motivation and confidence is high. Now what I'm going to do, because remember Module 4 is all about looking for leadership, right? So now I'm going to go look for the type of leadership that I need to match where I'm at development level 1. So under where it says you need direction, do you think that you need low direction or high direction when you're learning something new? Be sure to check out the needs model on page 23. There's some clues there that will tell you you're most likely going to need some high direction, because if it's the first time, somebody's got to tell you how to do it, the steps to do it. When you open up the Rubik's Cube, you got directions there on how to do it. You may go to YouTube, or you may go get a cheat sheet online to figure out how to do the Rubik's Cube. Will you need a lot of support or no support? Well, if you look on your page 23 on the needs model, you probably won't need a lot of support because your motivation and confidence is high. So you look over there and you see, well, I have high motivation and high confidence. I'm probably not going to need a lot of support at this time. So you'll write low support. So now you as an individual at development level 1 know exactly what type of leadership you need. You need high direction but low support. That means if you check on page 23, you're going to need a style 1 type of leadership when you're in development level 1. Go ahead and go through that process using the needs model on page 23 to fill out your sections for D2, and on page 22, D3 and D4. And then note that it's important to remember that your development level is based on the activity or skill that you're working towards. Not the overall, hey, I am a master at the Rubik's Cube. No, what specific skill or task are you being asked to do? So you got to break it down to the specific skill or task. Go ahead and do that. We're gonna review this in class, and we're going to have one of the most exciting learning activities in class this week. When you come to class, be ready for craziness and chaos. Be ready to be able to diagnose yourself and find the right type of leadership style you need to be able to master the task that you're working on.